Welcome to Titan Talk, the official podcast of Blessed Trinity Catholic High School. Each episode, we'll take you inside the Titan experience through conversations with the people who know BT best, our students, faculty, coaches, alumni, and campus leaders.
We'll explore the programs, traditions, and opportunities that make Blessed Trinity such a special place, from academics and athletics to arts, faith formation, student life, and beyond.
Whether you're a prospective family exploring your high school options, a current member of the Titan community, or simply curious about what makes BT unique, we invite you to listen, learn, and discover why so many families can truly see themselves here. This is Titan Talk. Welcome home. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Titan Talk. Today we are with Miss Amanda Ketcham, our theater director, to share a little bit about our fine arts program, obviously our theater and some amazing and dynamic courses that we have here on campus, and the big announcement of our fall musical. So welcome, Ms. Ketcham.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're so excited. Thank you so much for your time
and
allowing us to invade your space here on campus. So tell us a little bit about what you do here at BT.
So at BT, I'm the theater director, and I am in charge of all the acting and theater classes here, as well as producing our spring musical, our fall musical, and our winter play. I'm also the director of the International Thespian Society trip that we have here on campus, and we take those kids to Thespian Conference every year.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
What places have you guys gone to?
So every year, Theater ThesCon is offered down in Columbus, Georgia. It's down at Columbus State, and the kids get to go and they get to take classes in all different types of theater. They can take dance classes, choir classes, stage combat classes, stage craft classes, costume classes, makeup classes. So it's like 3 days of classes, and on top of it, they get to see shows that are put on and produced by other local high schools around the area.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
That is awesome.
It's very busy, but a lot of fun.
That's wonderful. So tell us a little bit about every year you have, all of these great productions that you put forth for our community. How do you decide what you are going to put on, what show you're going to put on for us every year and entertain us all?
It is a hard decision. One thing we look at is what we've done in the past and where we want to go in the future for our kids, how we want to push them, something that we want them to focus on, or what students we have and what students we feel that we have available that we want to definitely have something that's going to push them and help them develop their skills. So this year there was a long list, and Mr. McDonald, the choir director, and I sat down and we chiseled away at it slowly and surely, and then I said, I am stuck on this one, and he finally read it and he's like, I can see your vision, so that's what we went with.
Okay, that's exciting. You want to tell us what it is?
So we are doing Finding Neverland.
Awesome. That's so exciting. So we look forward to that.
Yes.
And so now that you've made the announcement of what the production is going to be, what are next steps when it comes to casting and even your classes? Tell us a little bit about your stagecraft class.
So our stagecraft classes, I have 5 stagecraft classes this semester, and each class is going to help in different aspects of building the sets and all the props for the show. So my advanced stagecraft class is a class designed for students who've already taken stagecraft once and they really loved it. So now they focus on more of the design elements of it. So they design, we talk through all the locations and requirements I need to make the musical as big and grand as it is, and they literally sit down and design it down to how long each board is, how we're going to put things together, how we're going to hang things, how we're going to structure them, and then those designs get passed on to the other 4 stagecraft classes, and they help build them and implement it all.
That's crazy. That's a lot of just kind of organizing and planning, but it's very methodical. And I will share with you, I don't know if you know this or not, but when prospective families come on campus for a tour, this is one of our very first stops. So we definitely head to the theater first, because we're so lucky to have such an amazing
we're blessed to have the theater we have.
And then you're next on our stop.
I love that.
This space that we're sitting in right now is so unique and so just amazing. Parents love it, prospective families and even students love the fact that they can get to really work with their hands and put in some life skills, right?
Right. Definitely life skills. So I've had a student before who came back into class. It was like after like the third or fourth week, and she said, Miss Ketcham. And I said, yeah. She goes, my dad was so proud of me this weekend because I helped him build a bookshelf and I knew how to use the drill.
That's
like,
awesome.
Little things like that. Like that's a lifelong skill she's going to have for the rest of her life. Simple, easy learning how to drill. But now she's going to be able to do so many more things in her life by herself and not have to rely on somebody to do it for her.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely those skills that you need. And it's so fun to come in here during tours from the beginning of the year and just kind of watch the plan in progress, the brainstorming.
Yes, the magic happen.
Yes, and as the season goes on, you know, come in here and see the huge pieces. Like last year, I loved coming in here and watching the progress of Elsa's castle.
Yes.
And then in the spring, it was kind of fun to see how you repurposed that set. And I always tell people, I'm like, if you knew, you knew. But if you were sitting there watching the spring musical, you had no idea that that was part of the
it was from Elsa's castle, yes.
So that's really great. And so tell us a little bit about, for this class in particular, I know that it grew really fast in popularity amongst our student body. And so it kind of evolved from there even to an advanced class. So what are what could that track look like for a student?
So Stagecraft is open to sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Because of the math skills that we use in the class. So we're taking the math that they're learning in other classes and we're pretty much implementing it into Stagecraft. So they're learning how to find the squares and the angles and the diameters and circumferences of all these things that we're building. So they got to have that math basis, first of all. So
measure twice, cut once.
Yes, measure twice, cut. We talked about that today. That and righty tighty, lefty loosey.
That's another good one.
It is, but they take Stagecraft, say they take it as a sophomore, and they really loved it, and they enjoyed it, and they liked working with their hands and getting to be on the creative side of something. Then their junior and senior year, they can sign up and take the advanced class, which, like I said, is pretty much they do the same things, but they're the ones in charge of developing and designing the overall idea of what the show comes. I give them my opinions, my insights, my visions, my wish list, and they work together to try and make it happen, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And so they also do costume design, right?
Right. So in the past, when we first started the class, I needed 25 school uniform pleated skirts, and I didn't have a costume design class. So I taught several boys, loved them dearly, how to sit at a sewing machine and sew those skirts for us. So Stagecraft originally started and it had the costume element in it, but then it grew so big that we actually added a costume design class. So now last year I had 2 costume design classes. My first one ever was when we did Frozen.
Okay.
And they actually made both of Elsa's dresses, Anna's dresses, the prince. They made all the main characters, lead characters, costumes from scratch.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Those boys' future spouses are going to be grateful for that.
They are going to be grateful.
Yeah,
yes.
You never know.
Yes, they will.
When you need to fix something in a pinch.
Exactly.
And it'll impress them. So of all the productions that you have done here at Blessed Trinity, what has been one of your favorites or most memorable?
Oh, that is so hard. That is really, like, honestly, I don't think I can tell you one because they're all special in their own special way. So Frozen I loved because it was one of the first, we were one of the first schools in Georgia to do the full length production as a high school because only before that it had only been the junior version. So just seeing that from the bottom up and getting to create those magical places that are so evident and iconic in the movies was really cool. But even like doing a High School Musical, getting 9 different boys from different backgrounds to come in and join the class, like from football players to basketball to cross country, to join the class and do High School Musical with us was amazing. Yeah. Some of them had never been on stage before.
For sure.
So that was really cool. But then even if you go back, like when we did Little Shop of Horrors, I loved when we did Little Shop of Horrors because we got to build those 4 plants from scratch. So that was like a really cool thing for those classes to do. So everyone has a kind of special spot in my heart, and I hate to say it, so I can't pick.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And this one, knowing what's coming, is going to be like, oh, I love this part of that.
And I will say, probably like from watching High School Musical and just seeing that develop, those boys that were on the set, and it probably happens every year with some of your productions, these kids who've never been on the stage before probably never would have considered it if it hadn't been for your class. They end up loving it.
Yes.
And they kind of discover that they like it.
Yeah.
They like the spotlight.
They do. And I had one student last semester where he was in my acting class, and we played a game day one just to break the ice. And I said, have you ever done this before? And he said, no. Well, then day two came around, we did another activity experiment. And I was like, I think you need to be in the advanced musical theater class for spring. And he said, okay. So we put him in there. He got one of the leads, and now he's ready to do the next musical this year. Okay. He's ready to do Finding Neverland.
That is awesome, right? Because you saw a little spark. That's exciting.
Saw the spark.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what I love about just kind of the theater program as a whole is that I think a lot of people just think theater like, oh, I have to be an actor on stage.
No.
But you have found a way to incorporate student talent and engagement and activity in so many different ways. So what would you tell somebody who maybe is a little curious about the program? Like, what piece of advice would you give to an incoming student who isn't quite there yet, a little shy, right? How do you pull them out?
Honestly, number one thing, email me. Come see me and we'll chat, and I will find a home for you in the theater. So the great thing about the way our program runs is we have the stagecraft, we have the costume design, and those are all classes that support what the after-school rehearsals do. But not only do you not have to be on stage, we have the tech crew, we have a sound crew, we have lights crew, we have people who want to help with costumes that maybe aren't in the costume design classes. So there's always a place for you in theater, no matter how big or how small you want it to be.
That's awesome, and that's a great piece of advice because there are so many different ways to be a part of the production without having to be center stage.
Right. And even that being said, like there's always a place for anyone in theater. Even if you're involved in another sport, I have lots of kids who like do cheer, or they do another sport that is a fall sport that kind of overlaps. Sure. I try and work around everyone's schedule so that everybody can be involved in some way, shape, or form. So that you might not be in every scene, but you're going to be in majority of it, and then you still get to be included in part of it and still have that connection with the theater.
That's awesome, and I'm so glad that you mentioned that because I think that is one of the great things about BT is that as a community, as a whole, we work together to make sure that students can participate in multiple things, whether they're an athlete or just kind of work their schedule so that they can dabble in different activities and explore their talents and dig a little deeper into what they love and explore their passions and just kind of take it next level. So I do love that flexibility that our coaches and teachers offer our students in that capacity. So let's see, as far as productions, what is maybe something that people don't realize, or a funny story, some chaos that happened backstage during a production that nobody knew? And you got it, like the show must go on.
The show must go on. There's another good saying. So, funny story, we were doing Matilda 2 years ago, and my advanced stagecraft class had designed 2 walls, and they each had 12 cubes on them, and the cubes turned for different scenes. So one was like the iconic letter block, one was a black side, one side was a primary color, and then you spun it around and it was the back of it was open, so it was like part of the library or the house. Gotcha. So these were spinning walls, and it was really cool. And we were on the part of the show where they're supposed to spin the walls as the alphabet is being called out in the alphabet song. And so scene change happens, and I'm in the booth in the back of the theater, and I hear this big thud, and I'm like, oh no, what is that? So I call over the headset, and they're like, it broke. I'm like, well, lights are coming up. Here we go. So we bring the lights up, and one of the whole columns of the wall had fallen. Yep. So luckily, that was a number right before intermission. So intermission happens, curtain closes
real quick.
And if you look stage, house left in the theater, here you see Miss Ketcham running down backstage. She has 15 minutes to run down backstage and fix the set before the curtains open back up.
That's amazing.
Yes. So luckily, I had 2 kids who were also in the show that were in the stagecraft class, and I had 1 kid in the audience, and he realized what happened. He came running back as well. So both of us And the 2 that were in the show, all 4 of us got that thing put back together in a heartbeat.
That's crazy. That's awesome. And nobody knew.
Nobody knew. The show must go on. Yep.
Smile and just keep on going and fix it. That is awesome. That's so funny. Okay, so another thing that you guys do to kind of expand and just kind of do outreach, you guys host an amazing summer camp every single year.
Yes, we do have a fun
about how many kids attend that, and what do you do? What skills do you work on? What age ranges?
So it's from 2nd grade all the way through high school if you want to be. So, last year we had like an 11th grader. Whenever you want to stop, you can stop. Hell, you can go however long you want to go.
Yeah.
But they have different rotations. So they take 4 different classes a day and they learn 2 to 3 different pieces. The high schoolers normally learn 4 pieces. But last year we had 84 kids there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is
I had
awesome.
to pull that number out of my head. 84 kids. And the great thing about it is it's a 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. camp. So they bring lunch. So it's like a full day.
That's awesome. But they learn so much in that
we
one
learn
week
so
time.
much. We put on a full show on Friday night.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That is awesome. I love that because it's community outreach and it's plugging people into our community, highlighting our theater, our programs, and just kind of gets them excited about.
And I bring a lot
stage.
of alumni back to teach. The alumni are the ones who I bring back to
Even
inspire
better.
the new generation.
That's awesome. I love that. That's a great program that you guys run. And so a little bit about fine arts in general, because you've been a part of this department for quite some time here on campus.
Very long time.
And that's great. We love that. But aside from theater and stagecraft and all of that, one of the things that I think a lot of people may not know is that there are over 30 classes offered just in this department when it comes to electives. And so we really provide a lot of opportunities for our students to develop their skills, learn and discover new talents. What are some of the other things that fine arts offers? What can you tell us about your
we have
department?
Lots of programs. So we have, just in the theater side, we have an acting class. We have a theater performance class. We also have like I said, the advanced musical theater class. And that class is the one that produces the spring musical.
Okay.
Over in our dance program, we have a dance company, we have advanced dance, we have intermediate dance, and they also have stretch and flexibility, which is a really great class for any athletes looking for something like yoga Pilates based.
Yeah, I'm still trying to register for that class. How do we get in on that?
I don't know. Help them with their flexibility. Down in the art room, we have anything from clay works to mixed media to drawing. And then over here in the band, we have a band, we have percussions, we have an AP music theory class, so we have lots of music happening right on the other side of this wall. And then down one more room, we have the choir, which is the choir room with pop music, elements of music, piano and guitar, learning how to play those wonderful instruments. So there's always something fun and creative happening in this hallway.
There is always something fun and creative happening in this hallway. I love that you guys are kind of tucked away in your own little bubble.
We're in our own little bubble.
I love that. But there's a lot of fun and magic that happens here on this side of the building. And so I love anytime I get a chance to pop over here and really just highlight the spaces that we have. It's always a wow factor for prospective families. I do think that parents love that their students will be learning some practical life skills, right? But at the same time, just knowing that we have these programs for students.
In a space for everybody. Everybody can find their own little niche.
For sure.
Or a place where they feel connected.
That's what I love the most, right? That there's a place for everyone. And I think our block schedule is probably really beneficial to your classes.
So beneficial.
Because you really get to deep dive.
We get to deep dive. And like in stagecraft, the great thing I love about stagecraft is I tell my classes when we first start, your class is not solely responsible for the set. There's 5 classes a semester.
That's true.
So where one class ends, the next class begins.
Yeah.
So they pick up where you left off. So it's really a team building thing. We are, 60, 70 kids all helping build this set for the musical and the kids doing the acting in the musical, but we're all working together even though we're not all in the same classroom at the same time.
And how exciting for them to see how it starts on just a vision board, brainstorming session, to then sit in the seats and just see their work.
I built that.
Yeah, that is so
cool. That's like the time it broke. Like the kid was like, I built that. And he's like, ooh, something's not right. I'm going to go help fix it.
Yeah,
and he ran
exactly
down and
where to
he
go,
knew exactly what to do.
Perfect.
What tools we needed and everything. So,
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time, sharing a little bit about your classes and all the different ways to get involved. And thanks for always letting us crash your class on a tour.
I love when you come by to see the class.
We love it too. Thank you so much, Ms. Ketcham.
Thanks.
Thanks again. Join us for another episode of Titan Talk.